Good afternoon guys, James here from Sunseeker Southampton, and we're down in Swanwick Marina this afternoon. We're going to do some joystick docking on a new 65 Sport Yacht. So this is separate to a video I'm doing actually out with a main sea trial on one of these boats earlier this week, but I'm just running this one round to a crane and I'm going to show you today some close quarters, nice and tight on the joystick, show you how it all works. So she's behind us here on the pontoon, here in the sails pool. So we'll just have a quick wander around so you can see the space we've got to work with today. It's quite tight in here, so we've got a bit of space. This is about 6 feet in this gap off the 68 Manhattan here next to us, and then we come around a couple of things to note. You'll notice I can reach the cleats below my head height here, so if you were using the boat here in the UK docking on a pontoon like we are here, still reach over the side when it comes to mooring up. And we just spin around, you see from the lovely bow profile shot here. Really aggressive boat. I was out running one of these yesterday and that will be coming to the channel soon. So fairly tight in here. We've got about 10 feet in front of our nose here, so we've been squeezing the boat out into the open central fairway there, and we'll be down to the end and then round as we've done before on a couple of other videos to show you what it's like going straight into the dock today. Reasonably tight but good visibility. We'll show you how the lift up helm works from upstairs and how the joystick and the bow thrust and what have you works. So just coming on over on the starboard side here is the battery switches. Very easy to get to. You just power all of these up. So these are our little fobs. Take them out of the packet as they're obviously all still brand new. It's just the CM8 firing into life. It's just telling us we've got, you see here, low water alarm, which is for the, so we turn the sounder off there. That says all the water system is obviously drained down for the winter. So we just touch this on the panel. We've got two little green lights. You should fire straight into life. So that's our engines up and running. Two buttons together here. Just a bow thrust on one of these. There isn't room on the stern as we have that lovely sliding platform arrangement to fit a stern thruster on here as well. And you can see if we were driving from the lower helm here, throttle, joystick and everything is nicely to hand here with that side window. If you needed to come and go from inside, we'll actually be driving today from upstairs. You have got the option here, worth noting, this particular one's fixed. This is a third station option. We'll be doing all our docking today from up top here. So the helm unit itself here obviously is currently down in the stored position, or where it would be used when you're driving at speed. We lift this up. You can see now into that upright driving position where we've then got the joystick control, and over on this side also the bow thruster. So we won't be using the steering today, we'll just be doing it on the joystick. We will just pop the centre cover off here just so that we can also get at the throttles themselves. So just going to get the guys to set the lines and we'll be off. So the guys have just dropped off the spring line, so we've just got a bow and stern line holding us momentarily on the pontoon here. So off we go back up to the sky helm. You can see we're just moving a boat that was in front of us just to give us a little bit more room. Okay guys, so obviously got a good visibility from up here, so I can see all around. The joystick control here can allow us to take this off the dock So just momentary nudge on there. See, as we twist the top, we can rotate that bow round. Just going to let it drift alongside the pontoon here for a minute. So you can see the bathing platform corner exposed back there, so we've just got to be careful as we come out. I'm just doing a very gentle sideways manoeuvre here, which is just taking us off the dock. So we're going to have to get the nose quite tight over across onto the 53 here. I'm just going to tease her out. See, we can leave the helm on a boat this size. We've got time to walk around, just see what's going on all around us. Again, a little bit more sideways here. You see the wind here, it's pushing us. You see the nose of the 68 over here. Now it has two levels of power. It's actually on docking mode at the moment, which keeps the RPMs to an absolute minimum. We do have a high power mode if we need to. The wind is pretty much on our broadside here, pushing us over. And you can see at the back there, we're now pretty much clear. Pontoon, we can now start to rotate round. As always, nice and slow. You can see how that rotates the back round at the same time. Really handy. This upright driving position, I have to say, stood up here, very relaxing. I can see all the way around the boat. Feels very, very easy to manoeuvre. I've got great visibility. So with IPS, in order to go straight forward, all we do is just push it straight forward like that, and then twist the top at the same time, and I can steer the boat. It's engaged both engines into drive together, and that's now giving us up to about 9 knots at slow speed. And if I let go of the joystick now, I can just knock that back into neutral. So we're just going to come out into the main channel here, round short run on the river to the dock there where they've just set the double slings up for us. We're running a gyro stabiliser system on here, so there's no fins to worry about when we go into the dock. Just the IPS pods underneath, which they'll get lined up before they take the weight in the slings. Right, so if we want to do a rotate now, so we just twist the whole joystick like this, and you'll see that boat spinning round there. It's obviously similar functionality as what you'd get on a shaft boat, using one ahead and one astern. But for those not quite so adept at using the different combination of controls, this is really intuitive. So that's flat out, that's pushing the joystick now as fast forward as we can. You can see the speed there, it's just coming up. It's going to go over just over 6 knots. If you needed it to, obviously with our speed limit on the river here, it's only on the windy days where really that sort of extra power could be useful. I say, and then a quick double tap on the high mode here will also give you the extra 800 RPM if you really need the extra power. It's worth noting, we see it on some of the other videos, this has a timeout function on it, so if you don't use it for about 5 minutes, you'll find the light will turn off on the thruster control and it's powering down to save battery power. So you just need to get into a habit really of not turning that on until it's just back to the mooring and you're ready to use it for your final approach. So just looking at the top of the mast around here, so the wind's still blowing what effectively will be on our stern as we get lined up to come in the dock here. Just letting the revs calm down again, get the boat nice and steady. See the speed not registering now there, we're just going to glide this in very gently. Just little movements here, square the boat up. So if you're more comfortable driving old school with the throttles and steering wheel, it is actually possible to drive one of these exactly like a stern drive boat. So you point the pods where you want to go, engaging your thrust using the gear sticks, and actually you can fulfill all the usual manoeuvres without needing a joystick, so it's handy to know the boat has both systems on it. So we're just getting lined up for final approach here, making little adjustments. See, it's proportional, so the more you're pushing the stick all the time, the more power it will give you. So it's important to try and do everything nice and gentle. If you're a bit ham-fisted with the joystick, the whole boat you'll feel tipping from side to side. And I'm standing, I would say, about 60% of the way down the boat. So we've got 40% in front of us and 60% behind. Obviously that's that huge cockpit and bathing platform, just to be aware of, just like an HGV, making your turns, remembering always where the back end's going to be. Got that nice visibility down the sides there. I can see the bathing platform. See, it'd be quite tight in here. We can get up to 76 in the dock here, so there is, we know there's room. So the guys are going to grab us with the boat hooks as we come into the dock here. What we do is we get about 90% into the dock, and then the guys will manoeuvre the machine where they want to. So you have to lift the fenders up so that we have clearance as we come in. So they'll grab hold of us with probably the bow sling, I suspect, first. take her right forward. We're having to do this about mid-tide at the moment. So you see him bringing the slings up around us, and they'll grab hold of us, and then they'll be able to manoeuvre the boat into position. So I'm just holding it on the joystick here with the help of the guys. So we're just going to go downstairs, turn the engines off, and then they'll be able to manoeuvre everything. So just stop. Cool. Now we need to activate our helm station there. Stop the engines, turn them off. So that's us done in terms of manoeuvring. So that's us safely in. So just going to turn the batteries off. Last check inside to make everything looks good. And that's us done. So we can jump off now. These guys can go back to work. Cheers guys. You see they'll initially take her out of the water here just to check they're happy where they got the slings. You see they double sling here with the weight of the boat. We're about 40 tons. So she'll get a wash off underneath, and then she'll be outside the office ready for next week. A very experienced crew here at Swanwick. Lots of these day in day out. So you can see now a boat coming up. Nice and level, looks like they got it all perfect first time, so probably don't need to reset. So they'll bring her all the way up, and then they'll bring the machine off the dock over the pad here where they can give it a wash off, and ready to move into place tomorrow. So just to wrap up today, here she is now ashore, all washed off. See those lovely giant IPS pods down there. So those are IPS 1350s, which are based on the D13 1000 horsepower 13 litre engines. And in the manoeuvring phase, what's happening is the outside engine here turns up to about 45 degrees, and the inside is about 25 degrees. So you've obviously get a very tight turn when you're doing the rotating and what have you. And when we mentioned earlier about not having the option for a stern thruster, you can obviously see this sliding mechanism on the back here for the platform arrangement doesn't facilitate it. This is the active corrosion system, which is part of Volvo's package, and these are the blade interceptor trim tabs, which are an active trim system, which we'll have a play with when the sea trial video goes up next week. So that's us done for the day. The boat will be manoeuvred outside our office here at Swanwick, where viewings will be arranged. So if you'd like to know more, of course, as always, contact details, it's james@sunseekersouthampton.com, or mobiles +44 7747 686 587. Hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it really does give you an insight into what these are like to drive. I welcome any feedback, and of course please like and subscribe if you'd like to know more in the future. Look forward to hearing from you.